Welcome to round 3 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of January 10th. I'm Nicole Erdix, and I'm here with Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
And Terry Morrow.
Hello.
We're moms of teens and young adults, and when it comes to parenting, we've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. But we're still waiting for that day when we'll reach the finish line and have no further need to lay down in a dark room with a wet rag over our eyes worrying about something or other. Wednesday is complaint day here on Parenting Roundabout, and today we are complaining about parenting rites of passage. So we're wondering, A, what you would consider a parenting rite of passage, and B, if you have, experienced that rite of passage yet. And, there are definitely some significant rites of passage in terms of, like school and
right, losing a tooth.
Like developmental.
Right.
But then there's some other stuff such as, are you really a parent if you haven't dealt with lice? Have you had to deal with digging through the trash for a lost retainer?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, been there, done that. It could be not as disgusting as that, but don't you think that the disgustingness is the part of the badge of honor?
It's part of what makes you want to, get credit for it.
Yeah.
We need parents' merit badges that you can sew one onto your sash every time it goes by. Right. Somebody probably markets those somewhere.
Or you can on your email, and at the bottom where your name is and your information, you can have little badges. Your list of accomplishments,
achievements and accomplishments.
Mm-hmm. Who hasn't had the significantly overpacked diaper that exploded and went everywhere? The child's back, etc.
Oh, yes,
we've all done that, right?
Yes.
Right.
Check that one off.
Yeah, I think we can all safely check that one off. But have you dealt with lice, Terry? Because Catherine and I have. Have you?
Yes. My daughter was going to this very pricey special needs day camp, and it was at this particular facility in a town a little distance from us. And when I mentioned to somebody, it was, I guess, the facility the camp was in was a school. And when I mentioned it to somebody who was familiar with schools, they said, "Oh yeah, that place is always getting head lice. You better watch out for the head lice. They're known for head lice there." And I'm like, "Oh, my kid has been going there for camp 2 or 3 years. We've never seen any head lice." Well, of course, shortly thereafter, she gets sent home for head lice. And getting her back in was such an ordeal. I think that was the last year we went to that camp because you would just agonize you know how it is. You agonize all night over it. You use the special shampoo. You send your husband out at 10 at night to go get the special shampoo from the one drugstore that has it.
Worst.
And then you get the comb and you have to comb it and you have to comb it. And I put the, vegetable oil and
the
shower cap, the Vaseline and shower cap, and then having to wash that out and comb it. And you do this, you do everything, you do it all right. You put this child through torture, and then you bring her back in, and the nurse combs through her hair with a little flick of the finger and goes, "Nope, I see a net. Take her home."
I know.
And this happens days. This happens over and over again. Oh, it's the worst.
Yes.
And plus which also then I'm Googling to find out information about it, and a louse falls from my hair onto the keyboard.
No.
Me too. Oh, it's so awful.
You got it too?
I got it too.
Oh no.
Actual live louse fell out of my hair onto the place where I was on the computer asking all my friends, OMG, what do I do?
Horrifying.
So awful.
Wow.
And it's so awful, but it's also infuriating that there is such an infrastructure around making you feel like a terrible parent.
Yeah.
Because the nurse doesn't say, "Oh man, I'm sorry. I know this is so hard. You've been working on this all night. I can tell, but I do still see it. I'm sorry." It's like, nope, you didn't get it all. Go home.
Right.
And there's also, and I mean, acknowledging upfront, ew, 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 ew. There's a fairly broad feeling that they don't actually hurt anybody. Probably you don't need to keep kids out of school for it. I think the National Academy of Pediatrics, or whatever they are, American Academy of Pediatrics, has said, don't keep kids home from school for this. And yet, every school nurse everywhere is not on my watch.
Well, no, because
get out of here with your buggy head.
Yeah, no, I can't. Like, I've worked in schools and I've seen kids with infestations, and it never clears up, unfortunately, due to what's going on at home. And
see, there's nothing going on in my home. She got it at the school.
Well, no, but like the home isn't doing anything to eradicate it. The home is perpetuating the situation, right? And
this is the kind of judginess from school people.
No, we know this is not judginess. We know what's going on. Like this is the more serious side of it, right? But like, how do you? Because you have to say at some point, like you can't, like every other kid in the school is going to get it. Like something has to be done.
I wrote some things on this topic for about.com and comments. Oh yes. Yeah. People have strong feelings about head lice on both ends.
Yeah. But I mean, both of them, when my son got it at school, and my daughter did too, actually. 3 times.
School ain't ever going to admit it came from them, though.
No, her friends did. Like her friends.
Yeah.
Parents would call us and be like, oh.
I have never dug through the trash for a lost retainer, but I have been the person with the lost retainer whose parents dug through the trash. Once we were on an airplane and I took it out to eat, and then it went away with the tray. And I don't think anybody searched through the garbage for it that time, but they might have.
Mm-hmm. But have you actually had the retainer go missing, and then you've had to buy a new one?
That time I had to buy a new one, but my parents had to buy a new one. I don't know.
I found the one that was in the school lunch trash. And then, but here's the thing you don't think about. You find it. Now it has to go back in your child's
exactly.
mouth.
You boil it or something?
I put it in like a denture cleaner overnight, like a Fredent kind of situation.
Yeah.
But you want to like bleach it. I mean, just that is such a terrible thought. Yeah.
Yes. I think the only retainer wearer in our house was my daughter, who is super conscientious. So I don't think she ever lost it. I would be more likely to have lost it for her in some way than her losing it.
Well, Missy loved them. So we've replaced 4 retainers, I want to say, of Kristen. Yeah.
Because the dog ate them.
Because Missy will either go and get it and eat it for whatever disgusting reason that is, or Kristen's lost it. So retainers have been a bit of a nightmare for us.
You go to the orthodontist and say, the dog ate my retainer, and they go,
yeah,
where did you lose it?
It's pretty bad.
So taking care of a sick kid can be a rite of passage thing.
Yeah.
Like a sick kid with outgo of fluids, shall we say?
Yes.
How about an outgo of fluids in their bed at night? That is definitely.
Oh my. And then as you're taking care of the sick kid, you're going, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I'm totally going to get it. And then when the kid is feeling better and all chirpy, then you feel like crud. This is what we do for our children.
Exactly.
Now leave me alone.
So I can suffer.
But will they bring you the bucket to put next to your bed like you did for them? No.
You're on your own.
Wet washcloth, please. Sorry, Mom, gotta go. Oh, well.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like, the disgustingness is part of the
It does.
Part of the not charm, but part of the definition of what makes something a rite of passage.
Yep. And
or even just like your child being away from home for the first time for whatever reason.
Yeah. Exciting for them. And
a little nerve-wracking.
Nerve-wracking for you.
Yeah. Or the first day they go to daycare. That's super hard. I remember that being really hard.
That would be a parent. Every new school thing is, well, it's a kid rite of passage, but it's a parent one too. Certainly the kid going off to college is a big one.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think we've talked about first apartments and first jobs and stuff like that. You're just as much in it with them.
Yeah.
But you get no
credit.
Sign up in the lawn for you. Successfully got my child through 12 years of school. Yay! Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Merit badges. Honestly, somebody out there a little handy with the sewing machine, a little good at embroidery. Merit badges for parents.
And, survived a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese. There you go. That's another one.
Oh, my goodness.
Got a stuck kid out of the tubes in Chuck E. Cheese. All sorts of good stuff.
Oh, what about taking your child or getting your child through the driver's license process, which is agonizing.
Yes. How about holding your child for lab tests? Like the blood draw.
Yes.
Or the, I think there was some test my son had that I had to just like sort of, talk him through it so he wouldn't move. Yeah, that can be because you feel like eventually all the negative feelings about that thing are going to turn on you because you were there and you were providing restraint services for the people inflicting the discomfort. And so clearly it's your fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shots.
When my daughter had her appendix out, and then it was followed by, an almost 2-week hospital stay. Yes. And there were many needles involved. And, yeah.
Mom, can you just hold her still for us, please?
Sure. No problem at all. I would be happy to. They started giving her a Beanie Baby because this was in the, the mid-aughts. She would get a Beanie Baby for like every needle stick. She had quite a collection by the end. I know where they got them all.
Yeah.
Well, listening to parenting podcast, is that a rite of passage?
Right. Or is it the first time you talk about them on a podcast?
That's right. Well, listeners, give yourself a little extra credit on the bottom of your email signature now because you've made it through this episode of Parenting Roundabout. That's it for today's round 3. Tune in tomorrow when we'll obsess about little life improvements. And then on Friday to see what we've come up with for our Roundabout Roundup picks this week. Find all of our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there on our Facebook page or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.